Felicia Spencer dropped the ball, man. This was a wide open layup that she just bricked right here. This was a showcase bout. I said it in the pre-show. I said that she has all of the makings for this matchup to just put on a great performance to say, hey, this is why I do what I do. And did she put on a great performance? In a way, yes, but this is not just the fight game. This is also the entertainment business. Unfortunately, that's what boosts you up the ranks. That's what puts asses in seats and gets you higher up on the queue up in the main card. And I think she dropped the ball, my man. So I'm just going to say this. Real fast, AJ, you buzzing over there, big dog, man. So you know what I'm saying? Let me just throw you on there. AJ, let me ask you this. Or actually, let me tell you a story. So when I was in middle school, AJ, I played basketball, right? You know, on the basketball team, we're doing our thing, and there was a dude who I played basketball with. His name is Kyle, right? And this is a game where close back and forth game. You know what I mean? It's going to the buzzer. We got like 10 seconds left. Gets a steal, fast break down the court, wide open, nobody around him to win the game, right? Literally, not to tie it, but to win the game. Wide open layup, misses. And that's it. Game over. We lose. Am I over here? Everyone's all crying and shit. You know, big deal because we're middle schoolers, you know, and I'm not. I'm just sitting there like, goddamn. Not crying, unemotional. I'm just walking through like that was a missed opportunity. And that's just how I feel about Felicia Spencer here. Did she have a domination of a win against Leah Letson? Yes. Was she expected to dominate Leah Letson? Yes. Did anybody think that Leah Letson was a fit opponent for Felicia Spencer? No. This was the showcase bout, and she failed to deliver because, yes, did she get the finish? Round 3, ground and pound with the TKO? Yeah, absolutely, man. But I just felt like she could have got the job done earlier. She predicted a first or second round KO, didn't get that job done. Man, this just, at the end of the day, this is the end of my rant here, AJ. This fight felt like it was meaningless. Like they didn't fight. They weren't fighting for anything. There were no stakes. It was just a fight. Which is cool, which is totally cool. But then what are we doing with this division, this featherweight division? AJ, am I wrong here? Am I being too harsh on Felicia Spencer, who is a very talented athlete? I just felt like this was a gimme, and you didn't deliver the way that you should have on a gimme, on a UFC saying, here, dude, happy birthday. I'm going to give you the free one. What do you think, brother?
You know, I agree with you 100%, Derek. She should have had her out in the first when she landed that knee to the head, man. There was Leah Letson. I mean, all credit to Letson because she stayed strong. She stayed game. You know, she was in there, man. She was in there to work, but she was just getting dominated. Felicia Spencer easily could have had that round 1 or even that round 2 KO win or TKO win, however you want to put it. But really dropped the ball here, man. And it really, even though she got the win, this is one of those wins where, yeah, you got it done, but it really hurts your stock. Like, do you want to see that kind of fight going forward against a person who's been out of the UFC for 3 years and you weren't able to finish it? Like, it's not a lot of good stock going for Spencer going forward, and it doesn't make you excited to watch. Like, oh, okay, who's going to pair her up next with? Like, oh, she had this dominant win against an opponent. You know, it's not really, and no disrespect to Letson, you know, no disrespect there. It's just that this was a gimme for Felicia Spencer, fighting somebody who arguably has needed more fights in the UFC. Not that she doesn't belong in the UFC, not that she's not ready for it or anything. She just needed more fights in the UFC to be fighting somebody like Felicia Spencer. And anytime that's the case, it needs to be an early win for the one we're expecting, like Felicia should have had done to her. Yeah, Felicia definitely dropped the ball. This is one of those ones, like you said, this is a gimme. This is a layup. This should have been, like I said, with the round 1 knee to the face. That should have been the beginning of the end, and it just seemed like Felicia Spencer wasn't, maybe not willing to get it done, just didn't have that dog mentality of putting the finish on the girl. Yeah. She was there to grind it out against the fence, get the takedown, work the takedown, and then kind of smother her opponent instead of put that smash on him like we like to see. You know, very interesting fight. Yeah. Like I said, hurts Spencer's stock in my opinion, but what stakes are there when there's really no rankings in the 145-pound division? I had a hard time pairing her up with who to fight next. We'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, interesting fight overall. You know,
yeah. I agree, man. And I will say, just to be fair here, I think this is the same deal where Cyborg fought Spencer and went to a decision. And people were like, okay, if anything, like, dude, what? You couldn't finish who? Felicia who? Right? Felicia made her name off of going 5 rounds with Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborg. And those were both stock drops for Nunes and Cyborg going to the decision with Spencer. So this is the same ideal, just flipped for Spencer. Now you're the one who is the big dog. You're top 3 in the featherweight, arguably top 2 in that featherweight division, if there are any rankings, right? If we're just doing our own off the top, right?